The worst thing about getting head from a French girl is the guillotine. Get an loser. We are gonna go search for abandoned locations. Going to a foreskin reconstruction surgery and watching it like an old Italian man at a construction site. Reblog to make the person you reblogged this from worse. 28 things you'll understand if you've ever fricked a womble. It would take Socrates about 10 minutes to get cancelled in a modern university. Feel like Socrates was very famously already cancelled in an ancient university. Did Tumblr Mobile get rid of that stupid camera feature I never used once? This sucks. My favorite celebrity fact is that Christian Bale really said he was embodying Tom Cruise for American Psycho. It's like the funniest thing I've ever heard. Shotguns, then proceeds to crush empty can against forehead. Tumblr used to be Soda PXD and Thomas Sanders. Now you are all just evil. Now some of us still like Thomas. Grow up, be evil. Always keep in mind the 4 M's. Maiming, mauling, murdering, and man-whoring. I have trained my brain to take any form of criticism or insult without it affecting me at all. That's sad. I'm God. Like 4 peace on earth. Reblog to explode 1 car on the highway. Mordecai, stop being cisgender or you're fired. Rugby, keep up the good work. Supernatural sounds great based entirely on what Tumblr post November 2020 has told me about it. I never want to watch the actual show. That seems like a dreadful idea, but I really like what the gay English majors have done with the place. Unethical and shocking. He was forced to attend the classes he signed up for. I just remembered the Jeremy Renner app. Jeremy Renner, happy Wednesday. Mecca and a 3.0. You are obsolete. Fleshbag. Richard Jewell. Jeremy, I just want you to know that I wasn't responsible for the 1996 Atlanta Olympics bombing. It was Eric Rudolph. Jar Jar Binks. Message Jar Jar Binks. Girl, you're looking a little random and lumpable RN. I think I've made my point. You know you don't have to heavily insult things you don't like just to highlight things that you do like. Right, OP. You're suggesting that if I see something I don't like, I should simply ignore it. You're saying that if I were, for example, scrolling through Tumblr, and I happened to come across a Tumblr post that I personally disliked or disagreed with, I should just ignore it, keep scrolling, and live my life. Is that what you're saying? Adam Driver in those tasteless over the navel black trousers as the Virgin Kylo Ren wears Alfred Molina in extra high-waisted leather and metal pants as the Chad Doc Ock. Let people enjoy things should be about drugs and anal Shreks, not like BBC Sherlock. No joke, I would slay as a YouTuber, but that's the devil talking. There's something deeply, fundamentally wrong with you. Can we kiss? Turn Buckingham Palace into a Princess Diana themed gay bar. I'm at the abandoned ruins of Buckingham Palace. I'm at the Spirit Halloween. I'm at the Tesco. I'm at the Princess D themed gay bar. I'm at the combination abandoned ruins of Buckingham Palace, Spirit Halloween, Tesco, Princess D themed gay bar. Thank you Plantapraiser for saying the funniest thing I've seen all day. Turn Buckingham Palace into a Spirit Halloween. They should turn Buckingham Palace into a big Tesco. The American Civil War was a conflict that occurred in North America in the late Edo period. All cyberpunk stories are like, if you wanna crack open a Cyber Croissant this nasty, you're gonna need a real top-notch driller. I know a guy told you a kill switch, he's got the frag ordnance you need to grizzle this box ball. Don't think I can connect with anyone who hasn't been in the wizard maze anymore. It changed me. Day 1 of Dr. Pepper abundance. Wanting depressed and traumatized middle-aged characters to kiss and hold hands can truly be something incredibly personal. One Christmas morning, A cop on horseback is sitting at a traffic light and next to him is a little girl on her brand new bike. The cop says to the young girl, "Nice bike you got there, sweetheart. Did Santa bring that to you?" "Yes, he did," she replied sweetly. With a smile on his face, the cop says, "Well, next year, tell Santa to put a taillight on that bike," and he proceeds to hand the girl a $20 ticket. Before the cop rides off, she says, "By the way, that's a nice horse you got there. Did Santa bring that to you?" Playing along, the cop says, "Yeah, he sure did. Well, next year, tell Santa the dick goes underneath the horse, not on top." My oily ass skin reflects light. Me. Wow, look at that highlight. Is this anything? There are many benefits to being a Syrian mycologist. I need to go into the forest and scream for an hour and a half. Hey, it's your Uber driver here. I'm outside. When you come into your room and someone's there, what are you doing in my swamp? I just looked up the stats and the number of meaningful relationships I've formed is less than the number of public restrooms I've screamed in. Me posing for the government watching me through my webcam. What's anemia? My body has no blood. OMG, I have too much blood. Cherizes. WOMG, thank you so much. Unwraps boba straw. Happy birthday by Shrek Shoals. Everyone go home, this is the best one. Slenderman from Creepypasta is unfrickable. 4 years you have paraded around in public, wearing a hat that so boldly claims that women want you, and fish fear you. You know just as well as I do that this is a lie. Can you live up to the bar your hat sets? Currently you are being lowered into a tank of piranha, and only your wife has the controls to save you. Does this woman truly want you? Or will it be you who fears the fish? Let the game again. Tumblr post standards have reached such level of absurdity that I saw this post and considered it just another normal Tumblr post till I read the URL. Tell me, Will. The space between atoms is going to super hell for distant gay crimes. God released me into the wild and now he's hunting me for sport. Me, mastering the emotional spectrum every 5 minutes. I feel like practicing any skill would be way more fun if I could have a little level increase thing that pops up in front of me every time I do good, like in Skyrim. Push-ups increased to level 5. Writing dialogue increased to level 37. Coping mechanisms healthy increased to level 18. Getting over your hatred for pink is self-care. OP, do you take constructive criticism? No. I'm not like other girls. When I get horny I turn a dark crimson, grow a hunched back and hooked upper mouth, and thicken my muscle cells due to constant exertion of swimming upstream to fulfill an ancestral instinctive biological need. I posted a fic to a website that had thumbs up thumbs down ratings like YouTube, and when I checked on it later there was a massive thumbs down and a comment from a professional author saying her lawyer was going to be contracting me for plagiarism. I liked your post because I love you, but I did not reblog it because you are insane and I have no idea what you are talking about. No offense at Christian kids, but I think watching all those veggie tales did something to y'all. Sounds like OP doesn't like to talk to tomatoes or waltz with potatoes. Window wipers have only 3 speeds. 1. Way too slow. 2. Way too fast. 3. Hurricane Simulator. I reconnected with my childhood friend and we both had big tits too. Goals, I'd read this. First aid training is actually very serious, and I get what this bullet point is saying about hypothermia, but this legit freaking took me out. The umbles beginning to appear. Grumbles, mumbles, fumbles, stumbles, tumbles, when I've been hangry for a few hours, and there's still no food, the umbles worsening. Why do you hate Ukrainian groove metal? Is it because of this anti-Stalinist tendencies? When have I ever voiced a dissenting opinion against Ukrainian groove metal? What is Ukrainian groove metal? Is there a reason you don't get more notes? You have amazing art. Are you cancelled or something? And I shouldn't be following you. Genuinely concerned. What is wrong with you? Are you blaming me for not getting more notes? Is this what is happening here on this day? Every French beach town has a little cafe called like Le Nautilus, and every American beach town has a little cafe called Scratchy Dick's Big Slut Crab Frick Shack. TIL. That the ancient Egyptian god Set tried to prove his dominance by having Shreks with Horus. However, Horus threw Set's semen into a river and spread his own on some lettuce, Set's favorite food. After eating the lettuce, Horus used the fact that his semen was inside Set to become ruler of Egypt. Oldest trick in the book TBH. Rookie mistake on Set's part. Just gods being dudes. My type includes vampires, pirates, kings, forest fee, hosier, women in suits, people with swords, anyone wearing a crown, people I see on the train 4.5 seconds, the mysterious figure in a cape running in the moonlight, witches, and anyone who looks as if they haven't slept in a millennium. Name one fragrance commercial that has ever made sense. What are you talking about? They all make sense. Shut the frick up. Oh, to be a nun in 1350 enjoying a quiet time and gardening and having lots of lesbian Shreks and then dying at the ripe old age of 36. Life expectancy statistics measuring the average age of death, because infant childhood mortality was so incredibly high until recently, it really dragged down that average. If you exclude infant childhood mortality from your statistic, you'll see that humans that survived childhood have consistently lived into their 70s. Meaning if you were a woman that survived childhood and never had to go through pregnancy, you may well get a good 50 plus years of lesbian Shreks and gardening. Reblog for a good 50 plus years of lesbian Shreks and gardening. Blizzard concept artists. Here are our ideas for female characters. The weird dude everyone only knows as blue skin guy. Oh god, it would be so hot. Licks lips if you made their skin blue. Concept artists. We will sacrifice one character to you if you don't speak to us again for another year. Blue skin guy. Sucking in air through teeth. I accept the contract act. Oh my god, one of our tigers did this and it isn't stuck on his head. One of the keepers went in to see if he needed help and he undid this and redid it on his own a few times. But oh my god, he's pretending to be a lion. I'm gonna die. Literally every sleep advice pamphlet and website. Don't do things before bedtime. No reading. No video games. Don't watch TV. Nothing stimulating at all within 2 hours of going to bed. Me, an ADHD. You fools. You buffoons. I can't even manage 1 minute without stimulation. I will die before following this advice and that is a threat. Men who want a goth GF. Why have you not upped your Gomez game? In order to achieve this goal, maybe Reddit isn't that bad after all. Hey, is it normal for your parents to purposefully lose something you care about and refuse to look for it for no justified reason? Asking for a friend. So, when I was in 5th grade, all my classmates had ganged up on me and called me a lesbian, and I didn't even know what it meant at the time. I even said I'm Spanish, not lesbianese. Anyways, at lunch a lunch lady had saw them making fun of me and asked when they said, and I told her they called me a lesbian and she told them apologize. And then I remember telling my teacher the next day, and as class was leaving she asked for me to hang back. She told me that being a lesbian was nothing bad and to just ignore them. I was like, I don't even know what a lesbian is. All I said was that Queen Amidala was so pretty I wanted to marry her, and my teacher chuckled and nodded her head before saying that I could go. Ick now. Looking back on this, I'm pretty sure my teacher was a lesbian. Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. That is alchemist's first law of equivalent exchange. My favorite thing about Toby Fox is that he practically handcrafts Tumblr Shrek semen in a lab and the fans still go for the weirdest characters in his games. How it is weird how purple is so often used in video games for stuff like corruption or dark magic, or whatever. Makes a lot of sense actually. Purple barely occurs in nature, is a good contrast color that stands out in most environments, and as such can overtake them. It is dark enough to benefit from the evil equals black associations, but is much easier to work with than black and gray in animation. It mixes blue, but, and red, evil together while still being vibrant. If you want it to be, mixing green and red as an alternative wouldn't work because you just end up with brown, associated with royalty, and as such with power, and corruption through power. Green as a poison color doesn't work for a lot of games because green is already associated with health. So you need something else. It freaking slaps. Big oil companies, you are bad. You ate a meat today. You drove the gas car. Bad peasant bad. You are destroying the environment. Also big oil companies, whoops, just spilled 3 million barrels of crude oil into a protected coral reef. Oh well, we all make mistakes sometimes. Holy crap. Several years after the events of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, the story takes place partly in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and partly in Berlin, Germany, and leads up to the Wizarding World's involvement in World War II. Oh, this is gonna be so much worse than the last one. Can someone just take this franchise and a shotgun round the back and put it out of its misery? Every artist who has ever attempted to satirize masculinity, I'm so sorry. You could name a movie portrait of a delusional abuser ruining his own life in pursuit of a fictional standard of manhood, and 89% of its fan base would still be like, frick yeah man, it was so cool when Crapcom Dick gave the badass speech about how pushing everyone away and never letting yourself feel emotions is actually a good idea for your life. Frickin' dope flick. I know people complain about the heavy violence set to an upbeat tune trope being overdone in media, but my guy, I eat that crap up. The utter joy that I experienced watching the iconic coffee shop scene 5 taking out all those men set to Istanbul not Constantinople was stellar. I also enjoy the violent action scene pauses while the protagonists escape into an elevator and have to wait awkwardly to elevator music for a bit before the doors open and violence action music immediately resumes trope.
Howdy folks, I hope that you all enjoyed episode 322 of Top Tumblr Memes. If you did, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you're able to go the extra mile in supporting myself, support the channel, feel free to click the join button next to the subscribe button and become a channel member. Thank you all for your comments and your questions of the day and the likes on the video. Again, any and all interaction with the channel really helps grow the channel, so I appreciate it when you all do that. Thank you all for your responses to the question of the day. And for any question of the day suggestions, again, if I haven't responded to your question of the day suggestion, feel free to drop it again so that I eventually do respond to it. So yes, and if you haven't already, feel free to go watch the top Twitter tweets from Tumblr too. That will be up already. That went up earlier today. So if you haven't already seen it, then go ahead and you can click off the outro. I give you permission to go watch that video. Now today's question of the day suggestion comes from Tiger. They have a music note in front of the name Tiger. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm just going to call them Tiger. They suggested question of the day idea. If you could currently be anywhere, real or fantasy, where would that be? Let me know in the comment section. I look forward to reading your responses. I hope that you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is for you. And I'll see you all tomorrow with episode 323 of Top Tumblr Memes, right? I think so. Peace out, guys.